الشعب يريد إسقاط النظام. الشعب يريد إسقاط النظام. الشعب يريد إسقاط النظام.
On that Friday, it was around 2 p.m. The people came from the center of the city. There were about, estimates said there were about 15,000, between 10 to 15,000, and they came on foot from the center of the city to this area. And this is the area, the bridge where we're faced by Gaddafi's militia, and that's where people fell. Some died and some were taken to the hospital.
We were coming down that street, and basically there were forces. There was a tank and a few snipers on the bridge itself, and then there were quite a few forces down here, and then also in all those apartment buildings there were quite a few snipers. So most of it was sniper fire, but I mean there were tanks shooting at the same time, so it was very scary, and I mean just chaos really. Everyone, as soon as they heard tanks, they just started running, and people started jumping over fences and running into the apartments thinking they were safe territory and everything. There was already someone dead on the bridge, and they were just trying to recover his body. And these were just like sedans. Were opening their trunks, and they had 4 or 5 guys sitting in the trunk, and then they would carry the guy's body in their arms. The hospital isn't very far away, but just getting the injured people or those who are already killed was the biggest issue.
So this is the emergency, and that's where all the injured were brought on that day, and this area was poor. A journalist was asking what kind of injuries these people had, and he asked me if it was rubber bullets, and I said, are you joking? I mean, it was very evident that these were real live bullets, and we are not talking about bullets. Some of them were anti-tank and anti-aircraft rockets used against humans, against people. Most injuries were head, neck, chest, and upper abdomen. So most injuries were shoot to kill. He was in the Martyr Square clinic. He was treating the freedom fighters.
The clinic, yes, it was in the mosque, and the mosque was attacked by the militaries of the Gaddafi regime. I saw the videos that was taken by the soldiers themselves, and it was terrible feeling. Maybe I cried, I think, at that time. It was terrible feeling. How can they celebrating when they broken down the mosque? They are Muslims. I don't know how they do that. I can't imagine. Something unbelievable.
I was on the arrest list, you know. I was arrested 3 times. The 3 times I was arrested and taken to detention centers in Zawiyah itself. And, you know, part of it because I'm from a known family in Zawiyah, and there were people, you know, some of them sympathetic, some would say, you just go home, disappear, you know what I mean? Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! This is the site of the mosque. This is where the mosque used to be. In this corner there used to be the clinic. In this corner. Zawiyah will rebuild this mosque, no doubt about it. During the uprising, the March uprising, of course, there were martyrs who were killed here, so they were not taken to the hospital. They were buried in the square. And when Gaddafi troops took control of this, they exhumed them, exhumed them with bulldozers. Not exhume the bodies and basically said, no, you cannot bury them here. Because of course it was symbolic.
They weren't reburied, they were just thrown in a garbage, a landfill, really.
Yeah.
And like until Zawiyah was completely liberated, so the families of those people couldn't retrieve their bodies from the landfill.
So Libyans were didn't have dignity while they are alive or dead during Gaddafi's days. And then of course when Gaddafi tried to retake this square, and that's when the slogan of Zawiyah will never bow to Gaddafi came out. Zawiyah will never bow. Zawiyah lan tanhani.